Hi, welcome to the next round of Watching Pioneer. If you guys want to have more content like me, or me like this, check out the other channel. Link is in the description. The same probably time this thing drops. Also, a standard one will be dropping as well, because I will be starting getting into standard, because the ACG channel is all about competitive Magic. This channel is more about brews and stuff like that. So if you're interested in more competitive stuff, go check out the other channel. So this series is still gonna stay here. You could argue that I should move this over to the ACG channel as well, but right now I kind of just want to divvy it up real quick to get both channels kicking it through. If you like the series, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section, and do all that fun stuff. Share the video if you like. That would go a long way to helping out the channel. I got 4 decks to talk about, as well as the meta shifts. So let's dive into this. Like I said, if you want to see the standard version, the standard one is over on the ACG channel. The link is in the description. So go ahead and join, subscribe to that channel as well, and let's dive in. So, meta shifts. We clearly see that Ragdoll Demons and Prowess have stabilized in the last few weeks with bounce. So this is your kind of your triangle. And with that in mind, looks like we have 3 players coming up with a little bit of Green Devotion down here. Now, I think that what that kind of tells you, that probably tells you that Gruul Prowess is probably not as the most respected one, because Incarnation's on the rise, which means that they're here to prey on demons. I don't know how good Incarnation is into bounce. Incarnation is a very slow 4-drop enchantment, so I don't know if it's actually really that good into bounce, but at the exact same time, I know it does play up the Beanstalk, which is really good into bounce. So, and I think it's for the most part, actually, most of their stuff has a ETB effect, which is actually really good into bounce as well. So maybe this actually is worth it into bounce and into demons. Control has seen a little bit of an uptick by 1.5%. So this deck also is coming a little bit up. It's pretty okay to demons. Can definitely beat up on prowess. So like there's a little bit of shift here. It doesn't run that many permanents, so bounce might have a hard time against it as well. Phoenix has a slight adjustment, but not really. And Devotion's getting a little bit more of an uptick again. If the top dog is actually Ragdoll's Demons, then decks that prey on demons is going to start shining. And then demons are ninjas, Tarka Red, and etc. and the light are going to be on the mid tier. What deck would I honestly pick up right now if I was trying to tackle this part up here? So I'm not going to mention any deck from this section. If I really wanted to prey on this current meta, right? Devotion doesn't seem all that. I like Devotion. It's actually I've been liking it more and more the more that I play it. It doesn't seem like Coco's in a very good spot. Rakdos Prowess somehow was still there. I thought it was gone. I don't know what happened there. But I wonder if Lotus Field actually is where you want to be. Lotus Field, it has to be decent into demons. And it does struggle against prowess, but it's good into control. It's decent into Phoenix. Bounce, you're not really doing a lot against you. I can't imagine there's much that you're trying to worry about. Traditional stock Lotus Field. And Devotion you could raise. Incarnation you could raise. So I wonder actually if Lotus Field should be seeing a little bit of an uptick. Because like I said, I just don't... It does struggle into prowess, but prowess... Gruul is the slower variant between that and Rakdos. So you could actually argue that Lotus Field might actually be in a pretty good position based off of the top 6 decks in the meta. Like I said, Demons, yeah, it has Annex, but you're just going to be... They're going to tap out for Annex, you're going to untap and combo. So what do you care about the Annex? Like I said, Dimir Bounce, I guess they do play Shield Rid, but I mean, Lotus Field's not that much of the meta percentage. So like, I mean, they're not going to probably care that much about Lotus Field. Dimir Bounce, I haven't seen this matchup, but I gotta imagine it's favored to the Lotus Field player. Because I mean, still a turn 3-4 win. And I mean, what are they honestly going to do? They don't have enough of a speed of a clock. Historically, you've been pretty good into these matchups. Maybe, yeah, because I mean, this is a little bit slower of a deck. This one's a lot slower of a deck, and this one's medium-sized speed. So I actually think Lotus Field probably should see some uptick. Let me know what you guys think about that. Which deck do you think that is in this half that you think actually could be pretty good right now? Tackling this part. I actually think it's Lotus Field. I don't know why it doesn't see more play. It's probably not okay. Probably mid into ninjas and a Tarka Red. We should be able to race sacrifice Fang, you'd probably get swooped by them if they just get a turn 3 Fang. But yeah. Well, we got 4 decks to talk about. Let's get into that part. So right out of the gate, there's a spicy green-white Hammer Time deck that got a 5-0, I'm pretty sure. I don't see. I think it's a 5-0. It's not a challenge. So we do have 4 elves. We have 3 additional elves plus some mites. A nice tutor target for your Gear Hulk. We have some patchwork, Kroots, and some Skrells. So we have a lot more 1-drops as well. Plus our hammer, and Portable Hole, and Sigarda's Aid. So like we have a lot of options here, plus Shadow Spear. So like a lot of 1s. So this curve is very, very low. We still have Innocence for card draw, which gets the best cards out of the Coco deck. We have a Ren plus some Voices. Nice little secondary options. And then, like I said, our top end is our Gear Hulk. This actually feels like a pretty decent Gear Hulk deck. Sideboard, we have a little bit more tutor targets with more mites, plus another Hole, plus Cage and Rescue if we need to protect our stuff, and Graveyard Heat with Soul Guide Lantern, in addition to our Rest in Peace, which is the best Graveyard Heat. For a sleeper base effect, we have Settle Wreckage. We are an aggro deck. We don't really want to disrupt our plan. Against Thoughtseize, we have Leyline of Sanctity. And we also have some Stamping Spheres for Lotus Field, Mono Green Devotion, potentially even Phoenix. So I really like this deck as a whole. Like it has like a toolboxy feel with having, you know, the Soul Guide Lantern, the Cage, the Poles, the Mites, and the Rescue in case we need to protect something. So if you're interested in a deck like this seems like a nice little include. Sadly, I think I'm missing 1 Gear Hulk to play this on Arena. I might try to pick it up and then try this deck out. If you want to see me play any of these decks, let me know in the comment section. All of the deck lists are in the description, like always. Next is it and Soul. This deck picked up stock up, which has been seeing a lot more play. I just recorded a standard video, and yeah, it was seeing play in the Omniscience deck. We still play the Copter plus Torch plus Blast as our removal, and Extruder. Coat is our grinding card, and we have some Citadel so we can sack to the Blast or the Torch. Some Epicures down here with our Sirens and our Clockwork. So Clockwork's not bad with an Soul on it. Sideboard, we have some melees in case you face a red aggro deck. Volleys for blue base aggro decks or white. They can't be countered. 3 Spell Pierce for a little bit of protection. A Brazen Borrower for hate spells. I'm not really sure what hate spell actually you're worried about. But overall, still it's a pretty good card to have access to. A Bounce and a 3/1 flyer is pretty decent. Against red, we have Gust. We have some Hurts for Graveyard Heat. Dispute for control, combo, stuff like that. And that is the deck we try, is it Soul? We have 2 more decks to cover. The last deck I think you guys might like. Let's get into it. So a little less spicy, we are going to talk about Goblins. It did get a brand new 1-drop Goblin that has it's a 2/1 for 1. Solid body, Battlecry Goblin. We have some Instigators, plus our Skirk and Scamps. Raise the Past 3 copies, plus 3 copies of Foundry of the Denizen, Street Denizen. We have some Fables and some Horde Masters. Pretty solid creature package for Goblins. Sideboard, we have some Nihiris. Actually, I didn't even know that was in there. Now that's some spice. I know Cute Shunder watches my videos. If you have any take on this, like what matches are you bringing this in? Because that's spicy. I like it. Oh, Nihiri plus Cavalry. I see. Okay. I can see that as a nice little gotcha combo. I like it. It's kind of cool. We have some Strict Proctors. Nice little... Actually, I don't really know why you're bringing this in. I guess it helps against mere bounce. Potentially. We have Silence for a little bit of a help against Phoenix. Melee for a little bit of a removal against other red-based aggro decks. Invasion to disrupt our opponent's hand. Also protect our threats from a Wrath, as long as it's not exile-based. Portable Holes, a little bit extra removal for aggro. That is the deck. Probably cutting the Fables against aggro. Up Holes and some melees. Seem pretty reasonable. Like I said, I really want to know what matchup you're bringing in the Cavalry and the Nihiris, because that just sounds so awesome. Oh, I see. Is it? Then again, if they're bringing in Graveyard Hate to deal with your Raise the Past, aren't they already kind of losing that game? I mean, let's be real here. Raise the Past is a nice sub-theme to the deck, but I don't think it's that important to it. But it does allow you to straight up win with a Scamp. But Nihiri plus Cavalry, that's some spice. We have 1 more deck to cover for Pioneer. Like I said, don't forget to check out the standard one over on the other channel. Let's get into it. So last on my list is Orzhov Zombies. This deck picked up 2 of the new zombie cat warriors. We still have some slashers. We have some servants as a way to drain our opponent every time we cast a zombie. One copter to loot, pitch away some zombies that maybe we can get back later. Dread Wanderer as a nice little 1-drop, plus Crypt Breaker, and some Champion of the Parish. That's our 1-drop package. Pretty solid, plus Thoughtseize and Fatal Push. I guess you gotta play the best of the best. Dark Salvation is a nice little removal spell. Sideboard, we have some Get Lost for a little bit of removal against enchantments and stuff like that. Get Sheltered by Ghost for aggro. Liliana the Veil for mid-range and control. Crippling Fear for aggro. Kalitas for aggro, and potentially some graveyard strategies. Leyline of the Void for graveyard. Duress for control and stuff like that in combo. Don't really want Fatal Push or Dark Salvation. So in those matchups, you cut those 8 cards, go up 3 Duress, 2 Lilianas, and maybe Get Lost as your remaining. Because at least Get Lost and Kalitas are actually useful cards in that particular situation. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That seems pretty reasonable. Only 1 Get Lost. I'd rather have Kalitas, I think. But that is all I have to talk about for you guys today regarding Pioneer. And I'm gonna have to get into the standard video that's gonna be recorded right after this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comment section which one of these decks is your favorite. We'll probably try to play them on stream. I don't know if I have Relentless Dead. That many copies of it. It is a mythic. But we'll see. I'll talk to you guys next time.